Hey friends and gamers, Skippy here again. So the Fun Pimps had another stream here for Alpha 19, 7 Days to Die on Wednesday the 17th. And once again, it was a very long stream. I actually woke up, watched the stream, and then went back to bed because I was going fishing in the next morning in a few hours. So it was pretty intense, but I have a few pages of notes here, and we are going to go and break down the stream and take a look at what they did while trying to keep it short. So as usual, they all introduced themselves as per the stream regular, and the first artist that they introduced was Justin Owens. Now Justin here is a lighting art guy. He does a lot of different things. So let's see what Justin has to say.
Hey everybody. Hey, I'm Justin Owens, senior technical artist, and I've been in the video game industry for about 15 years. Worked at id Software. I've been an independent developer for about 8 years, and I worked with Fun Pimps for about 2.5 years, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun.
So Justin here goes really into depth on what he does, all his different techniques and everything else, and it actually takes up about a half an hour of the stream time. That's how much this guy does. So what we'll do is we'll break it down, we'll make it shorter. I'll show you guys quickly his art, his different things. And once again, guys, if you do want to see the whole thing, twitch.tv/foobar_prime to actually see the whole entire streams or to catch them yourselves, or if you're interested in the technical stuff, definitely head over there and watch it. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what Justin's Justin, let's see what he's put together for us. So he goes first into showing Trader Joel and talking about him. And of course, we've seen Trader Joel a few times in the stream by now, so that's nothing new for us. Now, the new thing he did show us right away is Noah. He is the good guy in the end game that we will see in the next few alphas. So this is Noah. We won't see him now. This is the future, but I think it looks pretty damn cool. Check out the last video if you guys want a little bit more of a backstory on that. Now, he also designed the new Trader Jen. Now, all of us have seen the new Trader Jen a few times now. If you haven't, here she is. And let's see what he has to say about Trader Jen. It's quite interesting.
Jen's body reference, I use my wife as body reference.
Well, now that's interesting. I wonder who Hungry Lady is modeled after. So next, Justin goes into his environment work, and this is where I think he really shone in the stream. Like, his models are pretty damn cool, but check this out. Like, wow, the environment is just incredible. Now, he goes really into depth about the environment, all the new tree models, all the screenshots at the beginning of the game with all the tips. Those are actually in-game screenshots that he took. Then he goes into showing the different biomes, like the different old trees versus the new trees, and I think they actually look pretty amazing myself. These are the individual branches. This is what you should expect the branches to look like. So they did mention that they went over a whole ton of textures and retouched them all. So there's a ton of new textures to check out. Here you go. You can actually see a screenshot of what the tree looks like close up. And this is a new winter tree. I think it looks pretty damn cool. They did reference Red Dead Redemption and how the trees looked in that game, and they really liked it. So that's the look they're going for. And being a Canadian, and that's what my trees look like for 6 months of the year, I could tell you that's pretty damn good. So let's check out a quick screenshot here before we move on of all the different types of trees, and that pretty much ends the whole tree thing. So last but not least, right before he left, he showed us a new linear lighting. Now, I'm not sure what that is, but that's what it is called, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Here we can actually see the changes in the lighting in the game, and wow, you know what, that's one thing too. I've always noticed a game just kind of felt whitewash, look at me, big words today. It kind of felt like it was whitewashed, so this is much of a great improvement. The colors pop, everything pops. Look at that sky. Here we see a quick shot of the old sky and the new sky, old sky being on top, new sky being on the bottom, and oh my god, is that ever immersive. So big thumbs up to Justin, he did a great job. Like I said, if you guys want to check that out, hop on over to Twitch and check out the stream. So the next person we had come up was a gentleman. He's a senior environment artist named Yongha Wang, and I think I said that correct.
All right, we'll go ahead.
How you doing, Hunk?
How are you?
Good.
Everybody, glad
Oof. You're cutting out a little bit. Oh, your mic is cutting out. Uh-oh.
Okay, well, we'll get back around to him. So they introduced instead Hung Pham. He's a senior environment artist as well. Let's see what he has to say.
All right. Next one, let me introduce Mr. Hung Pham. He's a senior environment artist. Came to the team the first year. Hung and I both worked at Gearbox together. Shared the same office even quite a few years ago. So we're glad to have him. He's going to show his stuff off while we try to troubleshoot Young Hao's mic.
All right, so go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, like Rick said, we used to work together and even shared the same office back in the Gearbox days. We worked, on the Brothers in Arms series, and not sure if we worked on Duke Nukem together, but Borderlands as well. And like Rick said, go ahead.
We had a lot of fun. It was a good group back then, and anyway, we're happy to have him come aboard.
All right, so Hung was a little shorter here, and he went into all of his stuff nice and brief. He made new hay bales. If you check out the hay bales, they all join together too, so that the edges and textures all match. That was really cool. He went into depth on how he did that. He brought in new beds. Check out these beds here. They look a lot better. These actually work really well in the bunkers and stuff. He brought in a whole ton of new assets. Now these are real exciting and took up a chunk of time, so now we see the new shelving and all of the stuff that can go on it. We got a whole bunch of new pop and pill stuff. It looks all dusty. It'll sit on those empty shelves. I think these actually look incredibly fantastic. It's too bad you couldn't pick them up. We got new fruits and fruit containers for food stores. We got a whole bunch of these things. There we go. That's for tools. It is actually quite small on my screen. So we got some tools. We got the hardware store. We got the electronics store here. So we have a new electronics store. This is some of the stuff you'll see on the shelves there. And if you've been following the Fun Pimps Twitter here, you've probably seen this screenshot on it. We got some clothing stuff and some clothing racks. We got some new clothing shelving. There we go. Yeah, it's clothing shelving. And it just goes into all the different types of stores. Like this would be all your random stores and whatnot that he has. So I think it looks absolutely fantastic. He goes on to show some display cases, some destroyed display cases. There is so much to look at. And even with the new lighting, this stuff looks absolutely great. All right, well, he did a great job. Let's move on to our next guy. Okay, and we finally looped back around to Mr. Young Hao. I believe that's how it's pronounced. What it was is he had his noise cancellation on and it was way too high, so it kept cutting his mic out. But anyways, let's see what he has to say now that he can speak to us.
I'm a cool guy. How about that?
All right.
Turn off noise canceling is what they're telling you.
Can you move on to
yeah.
myself? Oh, actually, let me introduce myself.
Yeah, do that real fast.
Like Richard saying, I started with the game industry, 2000 summer. I was an architect before a game artist, so I'm a little bit late to join that awesome industry. But from North Carolina, I started with Ubisoft, Red Storm, and then moved to California and working for some EA games, some other games, and then I moved to Dallas, Texas, and meet you, Richard, Justin, Hung, and some other awesome guys, and I moved back to California.
We shared an office at Gearbox briefly too.
All right, and he seems like a pretty good guy. He was really brief, actually. He flew through his stuff. He was just like, hey, check this out. I'm all business. He was pretty cool. Anyway, so he's going to give us a screenshot here of all the assets he's been working on. He's also been working on weapons and vehicle assets and even more assets. This guy apparently can just whip out assets like crazy. You can kind of tell how business oriented this guy is just by the way he even did his like stream thing. It was real quick. He was like, check this out, this is it. Anyway, I'm going on. Let's check out the drone. So he worked on the drone too, which is pretty cool. But as a warning, guys, they did say several times during this stream that they may not have the drone in for experimental or early stable, just because they're having AI issues with it. And honestly, if you guys have ever seen the bird fly around, that's probably exactly why. I'm pretty sure we may not see the drone till Alpha 20, but a little bit of disappointment, a lot of excitement. Anyway, he also worked on the sledge turret too, and he wanted to show off some really cool things. The sledge turret's really cool. But he wanted to show off stuff like his battle axe. The battle axe is really cool. He wants to get that into the game. He made this gun rack for the gun stores. I think that looks freaking excellent. So, although this guy's part was really short, this guy has a huge part in the game just by the crazy amount of assets that he's done.
Well,
so next up, we have a new guy,
get him up
Noe
on the screen,
Serrano around, and he
Noe
does
can introduce himself.
overall pretty much a lot of stuff the other guys don't want to do. So he does all the tough
There we
stuff.
go.
Let's check out and see what he has to say.
You are there.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Noe.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Hi, my name is Noe Serrano. I'm a 3D environmental artist. I've been working in the game industry for the past 10 years now. I have shipped over 9 video games. Some of those games, I don't know if I could plug them in or not, but Rage, Firefall, Homeworld Remaster, 5 different Call of Duty titles. And the last one I worked on was Doom Eternal. So I had a lot of fun. I've been with the Fun Pins for the past 3 months now. I love working on 3D hard surfaces, modeling. I tend to be more of a 3D generalist, which means I do a little bit of everything: props, creating materials, world building, and sometimes the work that nobody wants to do, but it has to get done.
So, of course, since Noe's pretty new here, there wasn't too much for him to show, but he's got a lot done in the 3 months he's been with the company. I mean, you have to consider, too, you have to get settled in, you have to get used to the routines, you have to, it takes a little while to get your feet wet. Anyway, they have him doing the hard stuff, like all the shiny, reflective stuff. He's done commercial sinks. He's done new commercial sinks. He's done urinals, water fountains. He's worked on some shoes and the textures of those, and he's worked on a bunch of posters. And he goes to show them all off. And you know what? They're very nice. I'm really looking forward to seeing this guy's art in the future in the game. But like I said, it was nice and brief. He hasn't done too much yet, but he seems like a pretty nice guy. Moving on. Next up, we have Brian, and I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, and Koji. They are both animators with the game, and they're doing a great job themselves. Now, what they've done for their portion of the stream is they actually prepared a video for everyone. So it's going to be too hard to cut up that video properly. I tried again, and then I tried again. So what we're going to do is I'll just play the whole video for you. It's about 10 minutes long, and then we'll end the video from there. So if you want to check it out, that's cool. If not, well, you can depart from here, hit the like button, and head on over to Twitch to give Fubar Prime a follow in case you want to see more. All right, let's hit it, Brian and Koji.
I went to Vancouver Film School, 2001. I went to Animation Mentor in 2006. Started working at 3D Realms in 2003. Duke Nukem. So, yeah, that was fun. And then, went to Retro Studios, worked at Nintendo for a couple years, and then went to id Software for 10 years.
Koji Monster.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, Koji.
Hey, is it a little laggy?
No,
Not
you're
bad.
good.
Okay, cool. I'm Koji Higashi, and I started with the Fun Pimps in 2015. This is my first job in animation. They're very nice to pick me up from there.
Well, thanks for the introduction here, guys. Let's go ahead and roll that video and see what you have to say.
Okay, first up is the auto shotgun.
I'm still Loading my stream.
Looking at the rig.
This thing is ridiculous, by the way.
It's my favorite weapon now.
It is mine too. Yeah.
Love how the shells rotate in the drum mag like that. Oh yeah, here's a third-person animation of it. It's supposed to be an automatic weapon, so jumping around too much.
There's some of it in game.
Damn, that thing's good.
It's awesome.
Desert Eagles or Desert Vultures up. I mean,
Desert Vulture, yeah.
Dude.
This thing is a monster too. The new sniper rifle.
Sharpshooter rifle, yeah. It's like lagging.
Koji may just have to refresh.
Okay.
Tried to make the animations a little bit more brutish. Having worked at id, we Doom is a little bit more. Not that I'm trying to make things like Doom. If you wouldn't mind pausing for a second. It's
There, it's paused.
Okay. Yeah, it's something about the animations, animation work that I've done over the last 17 years, first person. Something about it, you just kind of want to have a little bit of more of a stylized feel to it, and trying to bring that to some of these weapons. And I have tried to, at least to the melee weapons that we had for Alpha 18.
Adds a lot of character to it, definitely.
They're definitely more visceral. You guys have brought more personality and movement and natural movement and visceral animations to the game. You folks will notice it for sure when you play 19.
It's good.
And these are all Yamaha models. So, really, really nice models. Amazing models.
Yeah, they look great. Do you want me to start it back up?
Sure. And this guy is just going to punch people in the crotch. Unless you're holding it from hand.
Zombie crotch there.
You can see, zombie crotch right there.
Oh, there it is.
Junk drum. Yeah, and this guy, you can see the rigging, a little bit of some of the details. You can actually move the head, you can move the arms, you can move all sorts of bits and pieces of the mods. This was really, really fun to work on. Pops up. One bouncy idol.
Cute teddy bear head.
Yeah.
It's cute.
So cool. So cool.
Hey, pause it just a second if you would.
Yeah, please.
So the junk drone, just so y'all know, guys are still busting it, working on it. There's some pretty good, sizable bugs with it. We're working the best we can to try to get it into the game by stable or a patch You probably won't see it in experimental, but never say never. We're working on it really hard. So anyway, disclaimer: we're showing it, but we can't align all features. Yeah, it's coming. So it'll be, if it doesn't make stable, it'll be a patch. So anyway, go ahead, Brian and Koji.
Yeah, so we needed swim animations for the zombies.
Oh yeah, they're gonna swim after you now.
Yeah, Sean Liptak was pushing this, and yeah, it's sorry, it kind of moves a little bit fast.
Yeah, no, I
But,
paused it.
This one's
Keep
the
going.
idol.
Also, moved on to land animations, stumble animations, like land heavy animations. So when zombies crash through ceilings, they only had one sort of animation before that. So we're trying to do something different where they kind of stumble up and do something that's kind of interesting.
Each person does fall
Variety to it.
differently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna land the same.
Really fun animations to do.
Can you pause it real quick again? Just
Yeah, sure.
So the system is designed to give you different outcomes. The zombie might ragdoll. The zombie might stumble. He might do more of a boost run at you, or that cat land, as you saw in that video.
Yeah.
And the same as the breakthrough system, where if they break through a door or out of a monster closet, they might ragdoll out. They might stumble out. They might rush out at you. And it makes the game feel really great. The animators have done a really good job on making this work technically with programming, so that it's emergent. You don't know what they're going to do, and you don't know how fast they may rush you, because they might be on the ground longer, or they might be rushing you out of when they fall. Yeah.
Animation is a really small part of this. It's actually Sean and Brad and Jeremy that actually put a lot of this together and to figure out all the details to make all this stuff work well.
Very smart guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does add a big layer of immersion to the game, and it breaks the cadence of normal combat. You don't know what speed somebody might come into the scene,
Yeah.
So it's a big win for the whole thing. I guess you can. Yeah, I guess you can move on or unpause vid.
Before you before you move it ahead. So this is all. So Alpha 18, we actually don't have any upper body animations, and this was a bug that was pointed to me by Joel. So to solve this, I had to kind of figure out, like, how do we do upper body animations? Because we don't actually do that. Everything's kind of split. So yeah, actually now what we're going to do moving forward in Alpha 19 is doing, look up, down, and actual run animations. So
so it's less rigid. Yeah.
It's way better.
You can see, that doesn't look good. Even running with brass knuckles doesn't look good, and running with any sort of weapon, you can see it. Like even the bat is kind of a little bit stiff, but we made some improvements to kind of shake that stuff around a little bit and make it look a little bit more realistic,
alive. Yeah.
So this will definitely help the YouTubers making
Or when you're playing co-op or whatever, and you're looking over at your friend, you're not like pulled out of the game because you're looking at the bad animation.
Yeah. Just a little swagger with the bat just gives it just enough. Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, and that's pretty much where they end the videos. So they went from here and did their question and answer session again. I did not stick around for that because I had my mind on fishing. So I went back to bed and get up at 4 in the morning and came back and did this video. But anyways, guys, I do hope you enjoyed. I hope it saved you some time. If you guys have any suggestions for the breakdown, let me know down in the comments below. And just keep in mind, guys, I'm a gamer, not a YouTuber. So I do my best, but I don't have all the free time in the world. Anyway, have a good one, guys. Peace out, and as always, stay classy.
No matter what you people say, I'm gonna do my thing my way. No matter what you people do, I'm gonna do my thing much better than you. No matter what you say or do, oh boy, you're out of luck. It's gonna roll right off of me like water off the back of a duck. And I go,
Good boy.